My next guest has a truly remarkable story. Born in war-torn Sudan, Emmanuel Jal was forced to become a child soldier at the age of 7 or 8, forced to fight with the rebel army against the Sudanese government. By the time he was 13, he was a veteran of 2 civil wars, was rescued by a British aid worker, and had escaped to Kenya. Now Emmanuel has channeled his experiences into music and writing, and his book, War Child, is out right now. Emmanuel, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
How old were you exactly when you were forced to fight for 5 years?
To be honest, I don't know when I was born, so I had to put a figure into to give myself a date. So I said I left my home when I was 7, and then when I was around 8 years old, that's when I was trained to be a soldier.
And how did you become a soldier, rather than a school or anything else? You were forced into it?
With us, it's a different thing because we come from a place where we've witnessed what we have seen. You know, seeing our homes burned down, me seeing my auntie raped when I was a kid, and then now when we're being told like there's an enemy from the north, is the one who's done this, and everybody has to be trained. There was no exception, so nobody was forced at that moment. So all of us agreed to be trained without resisting.
I see. So you were trained. And when did you first fight? I mean, can you remember the moment you were suddenly fighting for your life? You've got an AK that was taller than you were, you had, someone said.
Yeah, that's how they normally describe it. But there have been a couple of battles that I've been involved in. But one of the first ones was the one where we had to attack the villages in Ethiopia that we normally used to steal their crops. So that was the first encounter of me going into a battle. But not everybody had a gun during that time.
Were you nearly killed during that period of 5 years? Were there times when you thought, oh my God, this is it?
You see, like if you're going and bullets are being fired, you know, it's a miracle that you survive, because the way I picture it, it's like rain. You know, when it's raining, you can't miss a raindrop, but it's just funny that you get to survive.
Yeah. And how did you escape after 5 years from war?
My escape was a different way. You know, SPLA split it into 2, and so we lost the focus of what we're going to do. And so a friend of mine tapped me in the morning and told me we have to move. And so we had to go to a place called Word. And so the journey was supposed to be 1 month, but it took us 3 months because on the way there was starvation. A lot of people died on the way, and there was cannibalism. And in the process, I was even tempted to eat one of my friends. And
you were tempted to eat one of your friends?
Yes.
He'd just died, had he?
Because what happened early on, there was no food, so we're depending on vultures, snails, some were eating snakes and frogs. Those were our meals. And then when a dead body dies, so we'll use those dead bodies to trap these animals or scavengers to come and we shoot them. And after a while, those animals kept off, and when they kept off, so one of the magicians that was with us started eating dead bodies. And for me, my friend was dying that night, and I look at him and I tell him, I'm going to eat you tomorrow. So, and that was the most difficult point in my life. Apart from seeing people die, throughout the book, I explain about how people are dying, but this is the most, the moment that brought me to my lowest level.
Right, and you obviously thought about it, and then you gave up the thought. A few hours later, you decided you couldn't do it?
No, what happened is that I was about to do it, but I prayed and I said, God, if you're there, give me something to eat. And then I had to wait and fight the temptation of not eating the person. So one side of my brain tell me, this is the only way for you to survive. You have to eat this person. The other side tell me, no, you can't. It's a sin, it's bad, you know. So it's a whole argument the whole night. And what I notice is if you sleep, when you sleep, you die. Because any person I know that was starving at that journey, once they want to sleep at that night, they never wake up. And so I was struggling the whole night that I don't sleep.
Right, just to stay alive,
Yes.
just to stay alive. And then you escaped to Kenya, didn't you, in fact?
No, I was actually smuggled to Kenya in the end of January when I arrived in a place called Wat. So I met a British aid worker called Emma McCune. And so she's the one who smuggled me to Kenya.
And now, from that start, your life has become incredibly full. You played at Nelson Mandela's birthday parties, didn't you, in Live 8?
Yes.
So your musical career is going well.
Yeah, my music career is actually climbing very fast.
That's great. And today is an important date. It's the 100th day, isn't it?
Yeah, today is day number 100 for me because I like doing things. I always put something and I push it hard. Today's day number 100 in which I eat 1 meal a day. So I made a commitment because I wanted to build a school in South Sudan and I was not able to do it. So I said, how can I do a campaign to involve everybody to help me build the school? So I thought it was going to take me 1 month. So now it has taken me 100 days to try to raise the money. So no breakfast, no lunch, no snacks. I only start taking snacks like from 5 p.m.
So from 5 p.m. you will have snacks?
5:30, 5 p.m. That's when I get maybe dates and maybe a small sandwich to bring my sugar level up. Then I have a meal in the evening like at 9. And then the next time I'm eating is the next day. So the whole time I'm just drinking water.
Right. And in terms of that, how much do you need to raise and how are you doing? How much have you raised so far?
So far, we have over $20,000, I think $25,000.
Great.
It's a different kind of campaign because I'm aiming at individual people, a normal person. You have $3, you can buy a brick. If you want to buy 20 bricks, that's up to you. So it's a campaign done on Facebook, MySpace, on the website. And so now this year, that's when I've gone to TV and then the money has started to come. But we used to get like $3, $1. A small school do their campaign, they send us $500. So we need to raise around $300,000 to build the school.
So you've made a start, a good start, but it's quite a way to go. There's going to be quite a while before you're having 3 meals a day, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't actually made my mind how many days because I don't want to put an exact day because my brain will start locking onto that and I may start cheating or starving. So my brain doesn't know when I'll start eating. So my brain knows until the money has come.
Yeah. So like today, it's not yet 5 o'clock. You haven't had anything?
No breakfast. The only thing I had today is water.
Water.
The last time I
How
ate
did it
a meal,
taste? Pretty good?
Water?
Yeah.
It's tasteless, but like it's funny if I drink a lot of water, it makes me want to throw out. So I just take a minimum amount. I drink hot water.
Well, good luck with the book. Good luck with the campaign. Good luck with the music. It's an amazing life you've had so far, and it's amazing what you've made of it too. Thank you very much indeed, Emmanuel.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's it for this week. Join me again in 7 days' time for another Frost Over the World, when we'll be watching a revealing encounter we had last week with former National Security Advisor Zbigniew Brzezinski.
We were on the edge, always, of a cataclysmic conflict which could erupt within minutes and which within hours would produce, in effect, the end of American society, perhaps with the added satisfaction of the end of the Soviet society through our response. I had 3 minutes in coordinating the president's nuclear response to inform the president about the scale of attack. He had 4 minutes in which to review the options, which we had anticipated depending on the nature of the attack, its scale, to decide how we respond, and assuming a large-scale attack to which we respond in a predictably large-scale fashion, within 6 hours, 80, 90 million Americans dead.
That interview in full, and much more besides, next week. Hope to see you then.